Christ 17 TV, back upside Joe head with another one. Today we doing MLB players I grew up on when I was coming up as a kid, when baseball was great. When baseball was, you collect cards, you watching every game on TV. Players were just different then. You had great players, Daryl Strawberry, McGuire, Canseco. You had, stop it. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite guys to watch, but he was always hurt. That's why he didn't make the Hall of Fame, and that's why he was on so many different teams. But today we're going to talk about Kevin Mitchell, episode 36, MLB players I grew up on, and boy, was he a motherfucker. He was from San Diego. They say he came from a gang life and he had a rough upbringing, which I get it. Kevin Mitchell was a two-time All-Star and a World Series champ with the Mets in 1986. But in 1989, he had one of the most iconic years ever for a guy that size. He was just a stocky dude. MVP in 1989. He had a career of 234 bombs, 730 RBIs, and in 1989, he won the MVP, okay? And the guy had a year that year. Kevin had 100 runs scored. 100 runs scored is a lot of fucking runs. You only play 162 games. So to score 100 runs during that, and he didn't even play the whole 162. So he had 158 hits, 34 doubles, 47 bombs, home runs, 125 RBIs, led the National League in RBIs that year. He's a San Francisco Giants Wall of Fame. He didn't make the Hall. He won the Silver Slugger Award in his MVP year of 1989. He was on different teams for his whole career, but injuries cut his shit short. Every time he would get somewhere, he would get hurt. He played for the Mets from 1984 to 1986. He played for the Padres in 1987, his hometown, because that's where he's from. He played for the San Francisco Giants from 87 to 91. He played with the Seattle Mariners in 92. He played with the Reds from 93 to 94. He split... Okay, wait. He went from Boston in 95, Cincinnati in 96, Cleveland in 97, and Oakland in 98. But what Kevin was known for was one of the most iconic catches called the catch. And we're not talking about the Say Hey kid, Willie Mays. Even Willie had to let Kevin know that was a great catch. But back when he played with the Giants, I remember it. I was actually watching the game at my grandmother's house. He just put his head... Ozzie Smith hit a foul ball down the left line, and he ran it, and he overran the ball, so his glove was here. He had to put his hand up here to make the catch. And let me say this. Willie called me after the game, said, "Kevin, you shocked even the Say Hey kid with one of the most memorial defensive plays in baseball history 33 years ago Tuesday." He said, "I never taught you how to do that." That was a catch that Mitchell's teammate, first baseman Will Clark, correctly predicted, which will be shown on highlight reels for decades to come. Was truly, utterly stunning that Mitchell jogged in from the outfield to the dugout following the third out, and he was greeted with silence. It was spontaneous silent treatment because we couldn't believe what we just saw, Clark said. What the Giants and Cardinals, along with 27,514 fans in attendance, saw at Busch Stadium on April 26, 1989, was a catch they never forget on a play that began as ordinary as a play could be. With one out and nobody on in the bottom of the first, Ozzie Smith hit a fly ball down the left field line that was heading into foul territory. Mitchell, who was playing the light-hitting Ozzie the Wizard Smith shallow off the line, sprinted over, alternating looks at the ball and the fast approaching wall. As the ball descended, Mitchell suddenly realized it was going over his head like this. I didn't realize at the time that with a lot of left-handed hitters, a fly ball headed foul would tail back towards you, Kevin said. So I overran it, and there was no way I was going to get my glove back there to get it, so I just stuck my bare hand up. The ball landed in Mitchell's right hand cleanly, and after gripping it, he ran right into the fence on the foul side of the line. If you had begun scoring the game from the press box or in the seats or at home while watching on TV, you would probably have written F7 with a circle, a rounder or star or 5 next to it, knowing you may never see such a play again in the rest of your life. Giants broadcaster Dwayne Kuiper was on the call, and he may have captured perfectly what was on the minds of everyone who witnessed the play when he said, "In my entire life, I have never seen that happen. You've got to be kidding me." Kuiper's broadcast, Mike Krukow of 28 years, was also in the building, but in the Giants dugout, the third baseline, as he played in the last of 14 Major League seasons as a starting pitcher. Man, I'm telling you, Kevin Mitchell was a different animal. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy. I remember I was sitting in my grandma's front room, and I always used to come in and watch the games. Braves games would be on TBS, and the San Francisco Giants game would come on Channel 2. And I would always sit in there and watch the ball games. And, I mean, to see that catch live, not being there, but watching it on TV, you wouldn't really think anything of it. But when you seen it, and now as a kid, you never thought about it. But as you got older and you watched the game so many times and you've never seen that play again, you realize how special of a play that was. And what a crazy play that was. And Ozzie Smith, oh my God, like Ozzie Smith's nuts, man. Like, that is crazy. For him who don't got no power, he knocked it pretty far down that line. Now, there's another story I want to tell you that's a crazy one. And they're saying Kevin Mitchell decapitated his girlfriend's cat head. And Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gurdon confirm it. It says, let me see. On Tuesday, Darryl Strawberry said, yep, he believes Kevin Mitchell decapitated his girlfriend's cat in a fit of rage. That's a pretty good story. I think it's pretty accurate, Strawberry said while promoting his new book on HuffPost Live. Kevin Mitchell did do that. Kevin Mitchell, he's a different type of guy. Now, Mitchell has denied it. You got to deny some shit like that or them animal folks will come for you. Hopefully it's not true because you don't do that to a fucking cat. You don't do that to no fucking animal. Mitchell has denied doing anything of the sort. The cat incident was alleged in Doc Gooden's first autobiography published in '99. In the book, Gooden wrote that he had a card show promoter Meaty Chasky were present when Mitch took the knife to the cat and cut the cat's head off clean. There was no mention of Darryl being there in the room. Strawberry said Mitchell was a great guy, super teammate, and a great person. He was affiliated with gangs quite a bit, Darryl said. I guess he figured that his girlfriend was acting a little nuts, so I'll kill her cat. He cut the cat's head off. Mitchell, Strawberry, and Gooden were very good teammates on the infamous and beloved scum bunch Mets, who won the World Series in 1986. That's pretty normal with the kind of guys that we had in our locker room, Darryl said. So, do you believe Kevin Mitchell was so mad at his girl he decapitated the cat's head with a knife and cut the fucking cat's head off? I would hope not. I would hope nobody gives you that power and you're not that sick to let somebody make you so mad you would do something horrific as that. Darryl Strawberry was not there. Dwight Gooden said he was there. So, I don't know. It's nuts. That's a crazy story, but all I know is Kevin Mitchell was a hell of a ball player. If Kevin Mitchell would have stayed healthy, he didn't play that many games. Let me check it out and give you guys the games he played per year because, to be honest, the guy was a fucking, you couldn't power. That guy was different. He was different. He was a great ball player, but he couldn't stay healthy. I'll tell you now. I'll give you right now how many games he played. And we're going to see here. Okay. Games played in his last years. Okay, from 92, he played 99 games. Next year, 93. Next year, 95. Next year, 64. Wait a second. Okay, he played 64, 27, 37, 20, and 51. And then he played 113 games, 108, 131, 62, 69. When he had won the MVP, he played 154 games. So, when he played 148 games, he had 19 shots, 80 RBIs. The next year, after MVP year, he played 140 games, had 36 bombs, 93 RBIs. So when he played, he did his thing. He did his fucking thing. So I just wanted to give Kevin Mitchell some love. I don't think you did that. I don't think you did that, Hoodie Cat. I will hope not, because I like to watch you play, man. You was a great ball player, and boy, did you have pop. If you hit that, I wish they had how they track how fast the ball gets hit. If they had that when Kevin Mitchell was hitting the ball, oh my Lord. You talking about hitting the ball hard? My goodness. So, with that being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It won't cost you a dime. And like I tell you every time around this time, baseball is one of my favorites. And these are players, MLB players I grew up on. And this is episode 36. And this is the one and only Kevin Mitchell with the bare hand catch. in Busch Stadium off the bat of Ozzie Smith. And I'm Christ17 TV, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and stay tuned for episode 36. Catch you on the next one.